If you still think Bitcoin is just hype, this video will change your mind so fast. Because what I'm about to show you isn't theory, it's real proof, numbers, timelines, and personal stories that show exactly how Bitcoin is already transforming lives. And here's the crazy part. 2025 might be the most important year for crypto since 2017. Wheels are moving, institutions are entering quietly, and retail still asleep. My name is Jaume and I've been living from the crypto market for 6 years now, and I'm gonna show you the importance that Bitcoin can have in your life if you move properly. First of all, let's be real, banks are printing money like never before. In 2023 alone, the US Federal Reserve expanded its balance sheet by over $300 billion in a matter of months. This isn't just numbers on a screen, it's your buying power eroding every single day. Inflation is destroying your savings. Official numbers might say inflation is under control at 3 or 4%, but anyone buying groceries or paying rents know that's a lie. Real world inflation for essentials like food, housing, and energy is closer than 10 or 15% in many places. Your savings account is losing value faster than you can earn interest, and your paycheck isn't stretching like it used to. Wages haven't kept up with the cost of living for decades. In the US, real wages, adjusted to inflation, have barely grown since the 70s. Meanwhile, house prices have skyrocketed, and everyday expenses keep climbing, and your hard-earned money is buying less every single year, trapping you in a cycle of working harder for diminishing returns. Fiat money is losing trust globally, from Argentina to Turkey or Zimbabwe. Hyperinflation and currency devaluation are forcing people to abandon their local currencies. Even stable economies like the Eurozone are seeing cracks. Look at the euro 20% drop against the dollar over the past decade. People are searching for alternatives, and Bitcoin, the centralized and fixed supply design, is stepping in as a hedge against this chaos. Bitcoin isn't just a speculative asset, it's a lifeline. In this video, I'll break down the data, share stories of people who've used Bitcoin to escape financial oppression, and show you how to position yourself in 2025 massive opportunities that are coming soon. Stick around because this is not just about money, it's about your freedom. First of all, Bitcoin is not just an investment, it's a new financial system. It has a limited supply. Only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist, unlike fiat currencies that central banks can print and eroding your wealth every single day. Also, it's decentralized. No single entity controls Bitcoin. It's run by a global network of nodes, freeing it from government or corporate overreach. Third, it's borderless. You can send Bitcoin anywhere in the world in just a few minutes, without banks or borders slowing you down or taking a huge part of your money as commission. It's actually perfect for a globalized economy like we have seen. The fourth is that it's trustless. No middleman needed. Bitcoin's blockchain ensures every transaction is verified by math, not promises, and building trust through code. And fifth and final, it's censorship resistant. Governments or banks can't freeze or seize your Bitcoins. It's your money and fully under your control, no matter the political climate. And this is not just a theory. Let's talk about real people. There's a guy in El Salvador who used Bitcoin to escape poverty. In El Zonte, a small coastal town, used Bitcoin Beach cash transfers to cover basic needs during the crisis. When tourism dried up, with $35 every 3 weeks in Bitcoin, he fed his family and later started a small business leveraging the crypto's growing acceptance. On Nigeria, a student who used it to protect his money from devaluation. Facing the Naira's collapse in 2020, a Lagos student turned to Bitcoin to preserve his savings. By converting his earnings to Bitcoin, he avoided losing 70% of his money value, his living expenses. We all are so comfortable because we live in good countries where we've never seen inflation like those guys did, but trust me, those things happen. We are so fortunate because we can trust our currencies, at least a little bit, but there are countries where they cannot. We have been talking about 10 or 15% inflation yearly. Those guys can see those price jumps happen from one week to another without explanation. That's the real fear. And I'm 100% sure that neither you and me we've seen that. And we are actually heading to the most important Bitcoin cycle since 2017. The halving happened in 2024. Bitcoin block reward dropped from 6.25 to 3.12 Bitcoins, tightening supply. Historically, halvings on 2012, 2016, and 2020 sparked massive price rallies within the next 12 or 18 months, and 2025 is poised to follow. Also, ETFs are here. Spot Bitcoin ETFs approved in the US in January 2024 have already attracted billions in inflow. Just BlackRock holds over 11 trillion in assets, making it easier for mainstream investors to gain exposure. Institutions are currently buying. Companies like MicroStrategy now hold over 250,000 Bitcoins, and hedge funds are allocating 1% or 5% of their portfolios to Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and currency devaluation. Also, the regulation is currently maturing. Clear frameworks like in the US and Asia are reducing uncertainty, and the European MiCA regulation, effective in 2024, provides legal foundation for crypto and boosting institutional confidence. So, mass adoption is on the horizon. Over 450 million people globally own crypto, with platforms like Coinbase and Binance reporting record on user growth. Bitcoin's use in payments and remittance is surging in places like El Salvador or Africa. This is not time to watch from the sidelines. This is the time to act. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to understand every detail. You just need to take the first step. Open an account on Bluffin where you'll be able to buy a little, learn by doing, and be consistent. Most people lose money in crypto not because they are unlucky, but because they are guessing. They jump into coins without a plan, follow hype, and panic when things dip. And then they blame the market. But the truth is that the market rewards strategy, not hope. That's why I created a step-by-step crypto training, so you can stop gambling and start building real long-term wealth. If you're actually tired of winging it and you're ready to move with confidence, the link is in the description. Let's level you up, and thank you so much for watching this video.